Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I am using the funny PNG. Does my audio sound good? I'm about to find out. To my beloved viewers, does my audio sound fine? I must make sure before we have a good time. I am suddenly turning into Dr. Seuss because I think these rhymes are pretty swoosh. Watch me swoosh right in. But yes, okay. Audio is all good. That's all I need to know. Hello, everybody. It is me, the funny MilanTooner, and I am back again on the live streaming front to stream you funny sneak peeks of videos that were definitely not delayed by like half a year. Okay, oh no, apparently sounds terrible. I should rip it out and place entirely the exact same thing. Okay, you know what? For really quick, I'm gonna do just that. There we go, now it should sound all fine and groovy. So, you're probably all wondering, Milan, listen, you haven't streamed since like 2018. Why are you streaming again all of a sudden? Well, to put it simply, I need I need a little bit of money. A lot's been happening throughout the year that has left me a little bit financially in trucky stuff. For context, for those of you who don't know, I work at a restaurant that is known for seafood. They had a little bit of stinky financial troubles this year, which, that's not too many shifts for little old me. But also, there was a few other things that were going on. I had a lot of group trips I was helping out with, and a few other things I was doing in general, and also just generally trying to keep bread on the table. And sadly, that meant I had to dip more into my savings than I'd like to. And, yeah, I had to... Not been the grooviest time, I will admit, but the big thing that kind of ended up starting this again was, very recently, our good old buddy YouTube decided, hey, so all those recent videos you posted this year, some of which we marked as kids, but most of which, the big ones, we were like, okay, we'll leave you alone. We won't mark it as made for kids. You're totally fine. You didn't need to put swears in, besides maybe like a mild one in the description. We're gonna mark it all made for kids then, so your ad revenue is gonna take a decent dive. I don't know why they do this. It feels like it's like recently I've been noticing like they'll be on a whim just like, hey, we're gonna like this video that was marked as for kids at the start. We're gonna make it not made for kids again. So you gotta earn a little bit more. But then we're gonna switch it back because why not? We're just like that. We just run. That's just how we run around here. So yeah, it's definitely been a time, and I don't like starting off stuff, being like, oh, here's my troubles and stuff, but kind of for a bit of context why uploads have been a little bit on the skimpy side this year, with traveling and then other stuff, and still recovering from the burnout last year, animating a whole bunch of stuff, and being like, I can do this by myself, essentially realizing, you know what, that Big World, Big Adventures movie had a bit of a point. It's been a time. It's been a time, and I've been trying to do my best to get things started, and luckily, thanks to friends like Tip, aka Tipper Top Hat, or Toonie, aka the Tooned Loon, we are slowly getting back on the groove of things, and we've actually got the next Meet the Cartoons event coming up, and thanks to a groovy friend, I'm not going to reveal just yet, we are working on a Halloween primetime. I will give a heads up, because I'm guessing people are going to be like, okay, when's the Cartoonia Halloween special? There might not be one this year. I want to try and get maybe a few tidbits out if I can, but with the stuff that we've got in the production at the moment, and also just, trying to keep things on the table at the moment, I'm gonna have to keep things pretty simple, but the other series that we are slowly launching, Ready to Play Adventures, might be pulling a bit of a Simpsons, if you know what I mean. If you don't, look up how Season 1 aired when this is coming out. You'll find out very quickly, but but for November, expect quite a lot of things because we are getting ready for the next Meet the Cartoonians event, which we are going to be animating a bit of today. So, so you're probably all like, "Oh my God, he's finally talking about what this whole stream's about." Come on, chop chop, Milan, you gotta get to work. Well, I will be, but I will give you guys a heads up really quick on some groovy stuff during the stream. So, as a heads up, I will try to answer whatever questions I can. I won't be I just heads up stuff like, can you add this to Cartoonia? You guys have been here a while. You probably know the drill at this point. But in regards to general questions, I'll try and do it best I can. But I will say, if you would like to help out the channel and help a little MilanTooner keep bread on the table. Super chats are enabled, so you can donate as low as like $1. You don't have to be like, okay, so guys, donate me $50 to put Fortnite in cartoon. Not like that. Don't do that. So just like, if you just want to throw out the question and just want to add $1 to it, that is more than welcome. We also have the Patreon, which I am going to be giving a bit of an overdue refresh in the next couple of months. But we've got a few different tiers there and some behind-the-scenes stuff. In fact, there might be a little behind-the-scenes thing posted during this stream, so just as a quick heads up, might want to keep a look. So, just a heads up too, it won't be like, okay, I'm not going to answer any questions unless you give me money. I will be answering whatever ones I am able to. Just keep in mind, I do got to keep a bit on track. Speaking of, it's been, oh my god, 12 minutes into noon. We better get started. So, let me get on some tunes, featuring a mix of silly things that hopefully YouTube won't smack my ass for, but also some samples of score that you can listen to on a certain album, which I'm going to get an image of really quickly, which is available over at our Big Cartel shop. Where did I put it? Where did I put the funny thing? Because we have the person behind quite a few of the things on this album in the stream I noticed earlier. If I can just find it really quick. Aha! Here it is! The moment you've been waiting for. Oh god, it's the JPEG version, so it's a little bit bright, but oops, don't want to block the stream chat. So this is available over on our Big Cartel store if you would like to listen to tunes from the series, tunes from the tunes. I didn't mean to move that. I will link that to you guys really quick, so you guys can go check that out. We've also got, of course, Friends to the Rescue if you have not purchased that DVD yet. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing you can pick up. But anyways, enough of the chitter chatter. We gotta get this show on the road. So, let's get some music going. Yes, we have a lot of characters in the short. I didn't quite intend to start here, but this is where we're gonna get a little bit of animation started. So before we get the music started, I will reveal the title for this short. So all you people from the Cartoonia Wiki, you better get ready. We got some names to drop. It is JJ's Long Wait. It should be coming out November. I'm not announcing a date just yet because I want to make sure we get everything done beforehand. For the heads up, the other two shorts just need to go through the cleanup phase, like me rendering and making it look all pretty. This short is the one I've been doing on my own and needs a little bit of work, so we're going to be streaming that a little bit today. Oh my god, Luke, hello! Oh my god, I didn't expect to see you here in my Phonic Train streams. Luke is my good animation friend. He generally don't see the cartoon train stuff too often. So, let me see who we got in chat today. It's Julian. Julian, the wiki is going to explode. Oh, they just might be today. I try not to spoil too much. Usually the Patreon people on Discord get a few nice little goodies. But, have to make some exceptions. I got bills to pay. So let's get some music going and get animating. Actually, before that, let me show the bit of animation I've done for Wilbur so far. So you guys know what I'm working with today a little bit.
Orville, you were the first one up this morning. You've gotta know what my flight plan is.
Sorry, kid. Not sure.
Oh, it's a little offset.
What I do know is I've got a domestic flight to Gardenia Bay docks in 5 minutes.
Be sure not to land in the bay this time around.
So a little bit of work we gotta get going today, so let's get some tunes rolling. And let's get animating. And you're gonna learn how to animate the hardest thing to animate, like the thing that no trained animator usually does. But alas, I want to be fun. So first things first, we're gonna get some stuff with the tail feather. Got some curvature there. I will say this was a very difficult bit to kind of get going because it's like I tried to use the movie a little bit for reference, but also try and do a little bit of my own thing too. So whoop. You can also tell how fun the he's graceful like a swan. I will fix up a couple things that... Oh, actually, I did keep it like this, because this is what you see over here. It's sinking to the ground. This is what it looks like on camera. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe he could go a little bit higher. There we go. See, not clipping to the ground so much. Gonna get a little bit of tail feather animation, just to keep it nice and simple to start. Oh, the PS2 look in Orville. Yeah, I think this was from the Magic Kingdoms app, which has been both a blessing and also, oh boy, I could make some cursed character combinations with it. I think they added like the Ice Age characters, and they've been ripped for MMD. If you know where to look, you know where to find them. So let me figure out what I'm gonna do with the tail here. That's nice. I think I'm gonna start over here. Get me my best friend interpolation curve. Add it right here. Luke's also a bit of an animation expert himself, so he can tell me if I've messed up when I go back and forth in chat. Whoa. Okay, that's gonna look a little awkward, so we're gonna keep that there. Trying to figure out how to make this look good. I think I'm gonna have it forced back a little bit too, so it's like one of those mud flaps on cars. I might also wish it was on YouTube, but I might have to quickly reference. I'm gonna see if YouTube still has a clip, because I was using a bit of a reference clip for a little bit of this for some posing ideas, but then YouTube was like, "Hey, that channel that has VHS reps, bye bye." How are you doing, Mr. Tuner? I am doing well. Steam is king. Let me see what I've missed in chat. Oh my God, Duke's here. Welcome, Duke. How are you? Can't wait for Sid to break various codes of conduct on Grotsunia. So weird to see Fox characters and Disney characters combined. Oh, Luke, you don't know the half of it. Oh, let me see. So this is the case where clipping is fine, because let me get a screen cap from the movie really quick. The thing with animation is it don't always have to make sense. It just has to look pretty good. That's one of the biggest things, because especially with like train stuff, you don't have to worry as much, like, you know, as long as it looks good and it's funny. That's one of the biggest things. So let me thank goodness for animation screen caps, my best friend. So you know, you don't have to worry as much about like, okay, it has to look completely accurate. It has to have like a Westinghouse pump. I think that's what they're called. Because for a pose like this, all you gotta do is just like that. Well, not quite like that, but... Oh, hey, Tip! Tire screeches! So, you don't have to be... The fun with animation is, as long as it looks good and it feels right, it is fairly groovy. And we got some score from Wisteria Bird Studios right in here. So, let's... Ooh! I can do a little bit of a wave. It's doing a bit of a wave. Let me see how that looks really quick. This is the score from Safety First one, by the way. If you can pick up what Christian referenced with this bit of score, you get a cookie. Maybe. Just let me know what flavor you like. Might need a little bit of work, but I think for what we're doing right now, should be fine. Might just have it floop back a little. Ooh, that's actually, ooh, there we go. It's animation. The keyframe I had before actually ended up helping out. So we got, it's a little bit dynamic for the scene. So So let's do without the audio, showing how this looks so far. Oh, look at that! There's some real that's some real cartoon. I'm not a milk call or anything, but hey, it's cartooning. I will say also, I did do a little bit of stuff earlier with the scarf. For most of the shots so far, it's pretty static, but for the tumble, I did actually put in a little squash and stretch. So it's getting whoop. Oh yeah, there was another angle he starts on here that I didn't show, and you get to see a few more. You get to see a couple more friends. I don't know who some of them are, but you might know them. I definitely don't know some of those characters there. So yeah, there was a little bit of squash and stretch we do with this, with the scarf just getting sucked under a little bit, pulled back, and then like a rubber band. Might give the goggles a little more animation. So, not quite that way, but let's do... There we go, that's the one I want. Looks. See if I missed anything in chat real quick. Thank you, Wolf. I mean, thank you, Duke, for saying that earlier. So, yeah, just keep in mind, I can't answer the chat immediately because I am working on the stream, and the chat box does not immediately pop up. So, I have to literally hop over to Firefox and check out the chat. So, I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can, fellas, but I will say really quick, Linus and Henry, they're not coming to Cartoonia. I love the Brave Locomotive, but that man has worked on that for a decade. Let him enjoy the fruits of his labor. Also, I think there's plushies coming out pretty soon from him. Let me see if I missed any questions. Oh, don't you worry, we got some fun primetime hosts coming up. I won't say what the next one is, but there's some good stuff coming. Let me see if I missed anything in terms of questions that aren't just requests. As long as... Oh, Luke said earlier, as long as it works and it looks funny, the goofy glitching head crash perfectly makes it work. I love broken CG, there's such a charm to it. There was like a thing, I'm trying to see... There's like, people on Twitter have been sharing stuff from like the Peanuts movie and a few other projects where it's been like showing like how the cheats and stuff work, and it's like, you wouldn't believe some of the rig breaking that happens just to make certain poses work. Let's see if I can find that one really quick. I think, Luke, if you know what I'm talking about, if you can, see if you can dig that up so I can show on stream. Let me take a look. Oh! Oh my god, Maddie has delivered 5 pounds to the Super Chat's goods yard. What's your favorite thing about animating minor details like the goggles and the tail? Just making it look good. It's like... I guess the best thing I compare it to is like... It's like anime food. I want to make it look like... It's like the little touches and stuff, I want it to look satisfying to look at. So it's not just like, oh, here's like a static thing. It's just like, oh, you did like a little bit more detail. So it's not just like... the Donkey Kong Country cartoon where everything was mocap and, you know, just like all stuck together and nothing's moving. Let me take a look. Speaking of, let's see what we gotta do next. So, oh, we do gotta fix this pose a little bit. It's a little too far out. We got some Stuart from True Blue Teamwork going at the moment. Do-do-do. Okay, well, now it's popping a little more than I'd like. Just a little bit. That should look a little better. Also gonna fix the pose in general because the goggles might, though. The goggles, as you can see, are clipping through a little bit. Also, if you guys haven't seen or heard yet, Christian has a brand new album out available right now. Gonna see if I can get a link for that real quick. It was around here somewhere. In the meantime, good. Oh my God, Luke! Oh my God, Luke! You gotta show the YTP stuff you do on Twitter. Let me see. It was around here somewhere. Where was Christian's album? So if you guys have any questions, good time, because we're having a quick break. Ah, here it is. Oh, thanks, Duke, and thank you for stopping by for a little bit. You have yourself a great day. Okay, so let me check questions. Right before I get back to Annie. What time do you say you'll... Oh! Steel and Steam, I will get those to you ASAP. I know you want to do some funny animations, and I'm sorry for the wait taking a bit of a while for that one. You can tell. Morgan, Oranger, Gino says... Let me make sure I got everything. Live chat, there we go. That's the thing I want. Let me take a look. Morgan Oranger G. Noel says, I've been Asian man since I was little. So as you can tell, all those Flying Machines characters of my entire childhood. I do know that live time. Oh, another thing popped in. What was that? Oh my God, Steam is King has donated $1. Thank you very much. And let's celebrate their third super on a live stream. Alright. Oh yes, you might be... Zach, you're gonna be in for a great surprise in a little bit. Would I be... Roxaclock asks, would I be correct in guessing there is a bit of hit me with your best shot in the music earlier? Not quite. Ooh, speaking of... I will say too, I'm thinking about doing memberships. If that is anything... I'm trying to think of some perks and stuff for that, so if you guys have any suggestions for that, feel free to let me know. But anyways, back to animating. So... let's see how this is looking on camera. Might give the goggles a little bit of bounce here. Let me see where they started. Ooh, I just realized I can do this. Yeah. Make it a little easier for myself, but also a little sensible. Let's see, where's the best spot to... There we go, this is the spot to put it. So it's like... So they pop off right here. A little bit of a reference here if you know your British TV shows. So let's see what we're gonna do next. And really quick, pause the music to show how we're looking for this shot. Get the audio back on. See how we're looking.
Orville, you were the first one up this morning. You've gotta know what my flight plan is.
Sorry, kid. Not sure. What I do know is I've got a domestic flight to Gardenia Bay docks in 5 minutes.
Be sure not to land in the bay this time around.
I'm realizing I can do James really quick. Also, for a quick little bit of voices here, we've got one of our newest people, Alex, doing the voice of JJ, and then a good old-fashioned regular Carlos, aka Zephyr, doing the voice of Orville here. And then, of course, there's some weird Canadian doing the voice of the Red Train. I don't know who that is. He sounds a little bit goofy. We might need to recast him at some point. So we're gonna do the fun thing with Thomas characters or Theodore or Tug's characters is they are the easiest to animate, and I also like to give myself a challenge. So we like to do human characters and stuff. And hey, look who it is! The voice of JJ in chat! Oh yeah, I forgot Gap also did some composing here. So let's get back to work. So we're gonna do really quick. So gotta quickly switch on play WoW with frame. So another fun thing too is like with having different shows mixed in, you kind of figure out how certain eye movements work in each one. Like with Thomas, with like the way the servos work, there's a lot more kind of like eye rolling and a little bit more back and forth. Like it's more sudden to stop. Then with Tugs, there's a little bit more of like it's essentially like rolling it, like kind of like you got one of those like those cardboard pencil holders. You just kind of like rotate it around, and it's just kind of like a little bit of kickback when it moves that. And then with Theodore's movements, it tends to be a lot more gentle. So finding all like the little particulars of that is like it's beautiful stuff. So
Be sure not to.
so trying to do a little bit of that here.
Sure not to.
He's got a little bit of kickback here. Gonna stay static for a second. Then he's gonna roll his eyes a little.
This time. I'm around.
Ooh, and the nice thing too is when you do this way, you can sometimes get groovy things. So instead of just like a simple like mwah, just going to the right, it's like a.
I'm around.
He's got a little bit of a roll there. So let me see. I'm also gonna switch up the face a little bit for this shot. He needs a little bit more of a slightly mean face. Yeah. That was a good one. I'll keep that on reference. And that might be the one we end up using. The classic James face right here.
Be sure not to land in the bay this time around.
I hope some random YouTube copyright thing won't strike this. I think I might also give James some coaches really quick. He looks a little naked without coaches behind him. Let's see. Gonna get me some express coaches. Here's Cactus Swing by Great Western Orchestra. They made a really groovy animation, like it was used in a very cool short by the National Film Board of Canada, which I highly recommend you check out. You're also gonna see with this right here just how far James ends up going back a little bit at the start of the scene. So he's all the way back here when the scene starts. Gonna bring his coach over here. So it lines up. Bring it up a little bit. I'm suddenly sounding like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He left his trash cans out too long. Give him a little couple. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then we are gonna lock it in. Oh, by the way, I have told you guys about one of my favorite things that I'd like to do for use for long trains in recent videos. a year or two ago, I discovered the magic of the OP button down here. Oh boy. Phew. I'm gonna say, I'm realizing another major thing I've also learned: save any time you're doing stuff. You don't know when the loading a model might screw things up. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna register, gonna click OP, gonna go to the last coach, I'm gonna OP register, ba-boom, and then I just bring this back, get the coupling going. And now whenever I move James, instead of doing each one individually, copy and pasting the things, or for some models that have different center bones, doing that individually, bada-ba-boom! The train moves! No additional assistance needed. Also, hello, Mecha! Good to see you around! Also, apparently I was glitching out earlier, oh my goodness. Oh, we got some Audrey Comes to Town score here. Gotta give James probably a few more coaches. Realizing too, with the last few shorts we've had at the airfield, we've actually given him a bit more of a regular job. He's got a local around here, so he does. Or even like an airport shuttle, I realized. Probably fits a bit more. Ooh, I'm realizing too, another advantage with OP. Got the same model and the same settings. Just gonna copy, paste, OP register. Ba-bam. I think we'll do maybe one more coach and then a break. See how it looks at the end of the train. At the platform at least. Oh, we got plenty of space. I'll probably do one or two more. And we're gonna do the break coach. I think this is just about long enough for an airport train. I do not have an MMD model Bruno just yet, but perhaps someday. Once I figure out what design to use. You can also tell the more heavy-duty models we bring in, the more it starts to lag a little bit. So we're gonna have to be real careful. Might even have to cut this down to just 4 of them, just to be safe. Whoop, that's it from the beginning of the short. Yeah, so this is pretty well long enough now, so we'll worry about the wheels later, because you can tell we are starting to run a little bit lower frames per second than we were before, so we're gonna have to be a little careful now. So we'll go back to working on Orville for a little bit. Ooh, look, Luke has mentioned an interesting thing. I've been doing a lot of Cats drawings after seeing clips of the '98 filmed version of that show and the concept art of the canceled Emblemation version. So fascinating. Yeah, God, we nearly had it all, man. That, like, the concept art for that movie, just And then we got the 2019 version, which I saw in theaters, and oh, it was an experience in theaters. But it did give us Skimbleshanks the Railway Cat, so you know what they say, you win some, you lose some. Check some stuff really quick. I'm getting a few notifications. Are there any other planes, characters, or human airport workers you have in mind? Oh, Morgan, just you wait. Also, side note, shout out, I've realized I have not gotten the chance to throughout the stream working, but shout out to this pretty cool person in chat, I have no talent 62, which is an inaccurate username, who did pretty much all the JJ models for this video and for future videos, and it's just like seriously. And also the Theodore models we've been featuring recently, like they are incredible when it comes to model making. And the same goes to Tip, who did a certain friend you might have noticed that I have not mentioned yet. I don't know who it is though. Some other jet plane from another series. And yes, look in the background. There's a little friend. Where's the MilanToon Spooktober prime time? Will be announced soon. We are working on it. The friend who is hosting this one is cooking some cool stuff. Oh, Luke, I saw the storyboard too. Oh, that's a good one there. Let's get back to animating a little bit. So let's check Orville again, see how things are looking animation-wise without audio this time. Ooh, I realized we got a little bit of action with the coaches coming in, so need a more dynamic now in this shot. We got a lot of good stuff pretty much nailed down. Not sure if we'll do the tags as much animation-wise. Probably like little bits. I've done a little bit of movement so it doesn't clip around, but nothing too crazy. And yes, I have heard of the transporters. As a matter of fact, I met the fella behind that video just a couple weeks ago. MilanToon, Animating Express. Demerim? I don't know how to tell you. The gag in the 1 April Fool's video may or may not have been slightly intended. Will you ever make an engine Sona for yourself for Crotunia? I don't think engine Sona. In general, Sonas for Crotunia I've kept kind of off a little bit because I don't want to come off as another certain crossover person. I'd say maybe the closest I have to a Sona is Sir Alan. But even then, he's not been too featured, and I try not to make it like, oh, you know, he's the coolest or anything. As you've seen with like a few shorts that we've released, and for those who've seen the DVD, he's a little slightly wacky fella. I will say I do need to get like another next year. I gotta get another summer short going. We need to bring back the Hawaiian T-shirt he has. Oh no, Hunter. Oh, don't you go teasing that just yet. Thoughts on Elias? I like Elias. It is pretty cool. I have not seen too much of the original series because it is not that widely available or in English, but I've watched a fair bit of it and it's pretty cool. I don't mind the reboot that much. I think the newer series does feel a little bit better. And from what I can tell, it's like a little bit more focused. It's like showing how like a fishing village works and stuff, and you know the economics with that. But it's like the new series, all right. It's pretty groovy. It has a lot of people. It's funny recognizing a lot of the Thomas and Bob talent, though. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think I'm gonna give his eyes a little bit of motion, so he don't just look like a puppet. I will say too, with a lot of the rigs from this user, I believe it's White Papu. I'm trying to think. Let me see how it's pronounced. White Power Po. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but like their rigs are straight up from the app and without like any of the fancy bits. So on the one hand, a little bit more of a pain to animate because the eyes, for a little bit of technical funny, can be like. But then also, there's a lot of opportunity for squash and stretch. So let's get the audio back up for a sec. The other eye. Where is it? There we go. Because one of the biggest things you gotta watch out for in animation, especially 3D animation, or CGI animation, you gotta make sure your characters feel alive. You don't want them to just feel like, you know, a couple of quick dead-eyed dead-eyed puppets. That you're just like, oh, it's CGI, they won't notice. So, I'm gonna have a little bit of motion here. Also, save the other eye. Got me a piece. And then... Gotta do a little bit of fun in between here. Got one eye. What? You got... Well, we got one eye. It's a slightly wonky eye. I'm as fit as a fiddle.
Sure.
With Orville, especially, it's like with one of my characters, I'd like to have a bit of bounce, and then with Orville, when you can give him the lazy eye, when it comes to animating like Orville, he's a very bouncy fella. If you go back to the Rescuers a little bit, he's got a little bit of spring in his step, so it's fun to kind of work that, like kind of like notice personality stuff like that in animation, and try to work that into your own stuff. Let's see how this shot looks now.
Sorry, kid. Not sure. Sorry, kid. Not... Sorry, kid.
I might give his eyebrows a little bit of movement as well. One's gonna be a bit more of a showcase of just how tricky the rigging can be for animating stuff at times, though. Oops, I don't. Yep, eyebrow one. And also, this happens sometimes for some reason. Give me your eyebrows. You got one. And that's two. Count 'em, 2 eyebrows selected. I don't know where they... Let's give them some... Make them a little expressive. That one's a little too mean. We want the harsher one a little later when James is coming in talking smack about him. This one works, and then just a little bit of adjusting on the other one. There's that. Green Sandy SpongeBob. Sandy SpongeBob. Why does this bird character sound like Michael Brandon? Well, go take a look at, watch The Rescuers. Take a look at, listen to Orville. You'll hear why Carlos has a little bit of that inflection to him. Make sure we don't get a little... Ah, there they are. So I'm gonna select all the eyebrows. I'm gonna select all of the eyebrows. No, I don't want the random bone. There we go. No, I don't want the random bone. I just want the eyebrows. Put that there. Take out the stragglers. Gonna do a little bit of fun animation shortcutting. Give it a little bounce. Soften that up a little bit. Sam is the guy next door. I will say we are reaching an hour sooner than I intended. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be streaming because I do have a couple things to go on, but I'm gonna try for 90 minutes or 2 hours depending on how things go. See how this looks with the eyebrows now. Ooh, we got some nice bounce going there. See, you can't... Oh, yeah. Looking at, like... Because you guys saw how it was looking earlier, but now, like, the addition of... But it's you would be amazed how much the little things go a long way. Like, and actually, this is a good thing to answer for Maddie's super chat earlier. So, I think like the best thing about adding little things like the tail and the goggles, and then adding stuff with like the eyes and eyebrows, a little bit goes a long way with a character performance. Like stuff you think is just kind of like, oh, I don't need to worry about that. It can really make or break a performance, and also just like it's like icing on a cake. You know, plain icing's pretty good, but if you put in special little touches, it goes from good to great. To quote a funny comedian about his time at the what was it called? I think it was the Garlic and Paprika Diner. How did I first discover Fireman Sam? Like any good fan of the Talking Train, I got trailers on DVDs and bonus episodes, and I was like, wow, that's a show. And eventually I found out other things with the show. Also realizing I'm gonna make Tip a moderator. Let me see if there's any other questions I've missed. Let me turn your eyebrows into bluth brows. Aw, man, not the bluth brows. Turn them into the Grand Duke of Owl's eyebrows for a sec. Let me quickly. He definitely needs that now. Okay, so it doesn't end properly. We need a yoink. Yoink. Also, a good way of showing you how some of these characters are rigged. Also, why you don't want to see certain characters on certain angles when they're rigged. Like that. Bluth brows are a little bit exaggerated. And again, with the rigging, it's like, I want to click one bone, you get 50 before you can get to it. From this angle, he looks like, he looks like Predator from the Penguins of Madagascar. It's no good, Skipper. I don't know the codes. USB powered eyebrows be like. So when did I first discover MMD? I forgot when. I think it was just scrolling through YouTube, and I think it was the Accidents Will Happen video. I forgot who did it. It was like the one with like it's like all physics engine stuff. And it was like, whoa! I've never seen a program like that before. Oh, another fun thing with animation. You don't always need to do lip sync if you have it on an angle like this.
What I do know is
And then here we can start the lip sync.
5 minutes.
Also, I threw a little bit of a joke in with this shot because he puts his hands up to indicate 5 minutes, but alas, he only got the 4 fingers, or feathers as the case may be. I'm trying to think what else to add for this bit. Oh man, I would play the Rockadoodle meme I made between me and Luke's conversations, but copyright's gonna be like, you're not gonna get that money. God willing, nothing that I've played on the stream so far has been marked. Whoever owns Cactus Swing, even though it's not on stream, could be like, oh, nope, you can't do that. You can't do that. Haven't watched Trampy before. I've seen Trampy stuff. It's all right. And Josh, that is correct. That is the Accidents Will Happen video I was thinking of. Just a quick question about your older videos. Did Bob look like a real human to be an in-between between the original and reboot or something? Well, for that was down a bit to the limitations at the time. Tony Pilot was doing a lot of the modeling for the series with like the engines and also human characters. So Bob was built how a lot of MMD characters at the time were kind of built, which is essentially cobbling together parts to make it kind of work. And it kind of showed. Fun fact, I've said before, but I might not have said in a little while. If you don't see our good buddy Jones's team in Tilly to the Rescue in the one cab shot, that's because we didn't know what to do animation-wise from. We had a model in that style, but I was kind of like, it didn't feel right. But I also didn't have the there was also not the resources at the time to just use like screen caps from the show, and also I didn't want to look cheap, so that's why Jones hasn't appeared beyond Skipper Express. Okay, Neil, hear me out. Talk as Kermit for at least 10 minutes throughout the stream. Well, you see, that's a little bit of a challenge there. A little bit of a challenge there, Steam is King. That might take a super chat or two. If I get, oh god, do I want to make this a stream goal? Do I want to make friends? I need to be talked out of this. Do I make this like a stream goal? Like stream goal, like if everyone raises like $50, I have to talk as Kermit for like 10 minutes. Do I do it? Is this something y'all would is this a terrible thing y'all would fund? I do not know. But I do know, I gotta see how the shots looked so far. Once the score is done, we're gonna see how a good 45 minutes of work has done so far. Alright, so let's take a look at the shot real quick, see how we're looking.
Orville, you were the first one up this morning. You've gotta know what my flight plan is.
Sorry, kid. Not sure. What I do know is I've got a domestic flight to Gardenia Bay docks in 5 minutes.
Be sure not to land in the bay this time around.
So we got some pretty good stuff. We got some pretty cool stuff going here. Luke, if we ever somehow got the bright idea to do a stream together, I would probably do voice. It could be fun. I would be down to having you on stream sometime. I'd like to. I think if this one does well, like if it does enough that I'm like, okay, I can afford to do this more regularly, I would like to get other friends on for these streams. And I've heard requests for like doing the character stream like we did a few years ago with like the Selgrad Bay one. I'm not the best with improv, but we could make that a stream goal, perhaps. I'd have to think about it, but, if you guys want that to happen, I can talk with the crew. Maybe we'll make it like a little goal. Oh, yes. Thank you, Maddie. Remember to save. I am curious to everybody on chat. Is there anything this shot could use a little bit of work on? I'm just going to play it once more, because I think there's, like, the last bit with Orville, I'm definitely going to add on some stuff for, but curious to hear what y'all think.
Orville, you were the first one up this morning. You've gotta know what my flight plan is.
Sorry, kid. Not sure. What I do know is I've got a domestic flight to Gardenia Bay docks in 5 minutes.
Be sure not to land in the bay this time around.
So, anything y'all think needs a little bit of adjusting? No, man. Oh, Luke, I almost forgot about some of those. Destroy the mermaid, destroy the fish, or do you want King Triton back? No, we hate them. The answer's no. Chunk of the stream is just becoming rockadoodle jokes, for better or for worse. Bit of dust effects. Don't you worry, that's going to happen during the cleanup phase. Matty says, personally, don't see anything that needs to be added to this. Looks really great and well animated. Well, thank you. Is it possible to make James bounce a bit when he laughs? I will give that some thought. How does the Fat Controller allow Crotunia to ship all of his engines from Sodor? Into what country is Crotunia in? Crotunia is a country, and for that, it's basically like, I haven't made it explicit through the series. I've hinted at it a little bit, like with Tilly to the Rescue, but basically engines kind of come and go with like basically like that ferry system that actually like. Initially, it was just like, going back and forth by ship, but then Great Race introduced the ferry, like the rail ferry, so it's like, oh, it's even easier. Let me see. So with James bouncing, with Tony Pilot's models, there's no upper bone movement, so I can't make him do the fun. I can make him do the funny, the funny dab like I did with the Tilly to the Rescue stream, which is an emote over in the server. Let me see. So the most I can make him do is like this. Wee. Really reliable, that's me. No, James can't dab. Maybe the egg one, but I have not made the egg version. It's not in Canada. It's a little more down south, so James needs a bit of eye spinning. Well, he does have a little bit of a spin, so let's go back to his bit of the shot real quick.
Be sure not to land in the bay this time around.
Could make him do a little bit of a shake. Maybe he actually. I'll have to think about what I can do for the bounce. Let me see. Doing a little face palm. Not sure if Orville's kind of the type to do a face palm. Wilbur, his brother, which I realize could be easy to mod with this model. He might be the kind to. Look, toodly-dee, toodly-dee. They're running out of days to kiss, Ha 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 ha. No days to do. Egg model. Oh yeah, I did funny enough, you know what? Fun stuff, because we are officially over about an hour in. Let me see where did I put it? I can show the egg model that I never ended up finishing. Well, I realized he came close to being finished, but I don't think I ever ended up rigging him. Oh god, this is slowly all the animation and jokes are coming in. I have a plan. It includes you, Ariel, will lead me to Camelot. I cannot cover that song because of Warner Brothers, because even though they haven't released to Spotify, the copyright claims happen. Josh, do you make money off your videos, or the copyright music prevent you from doing so? I do make a little bit of ad revenue. It's not the best, but it's okay. Usually we don't have as much problem with copyright music because we usually do our own covers, but sometimes, some covers to get through. That's part of why Follow Me sounds like how it does in the YouTube upload of Our Share Rescue. Not the DVD upload, by the way. But then I can also expose another thing that I've talked about on Twitter, but not really so much with you guys. Accidents will happen. A lot of that ad revenue from that video got slashed because there is an actual criminal, no joke, like he's actually got felony charges and stuff. He's been doing this thing for years where he claims like random stuff, anything from like Nintendo music to like Taylor Swift songs, and you can't do anything to fight about it because your only option is to appeal and hope he ignores it, or just hope it goes, or like I don't even know what the other option is. It's just like it's a weird thing. So let me see. Policeman, you need to wear cow catchers and side plates to prevent people and animals from getting hurt. Let me bring up can we get to look at Dave in the background? I will show, yes, before I show the egg James, I will show Dave. Everybody in the chat, meet our good buddy, a good worker at the airport, who has a little thing. You might have spotted him in Toodle's sticky situation. Meet Dave. He is a funny little airport tug. He pulls airplanes about and helps them get on their way. He's a good friend. Look at that little fella. Also, I found the model. I'm going to, let me see. Gonna quickly do a SketchUp. Oh, SketchUp shift for a second. So yeah, this is a James model that I did get all done and ready to go, but I never got around to actually rigging and stuff. I don't know how accurate he ended up being. I did use a lot of the, like, whatever orthos were available. But I think I did pretty decent on him, not gonna lie. I think he looks pretty groovy, if I do brag a little bit. Why is he that color? Because I was using stuff from the references, which I can quickly show. Is it showing up on? No, I can't show the. I cannot show the images, so I'll have to just pull it up manually. Let me see. Yeah. So we can go a little bit, not so much there, but here's the tender ref. Making this model, it's a miracle he came out as good as he did, because it really was just kind of like getting whatever orthos were available at the time, compared to now where it's like, hey, you've got like a ton of them available for any character. I'm realizing I did use them a bit from this model a little bit, but also I tried to do this character. So you kind of see here, like, his boiler's a lighter shade of red. So it was sort of eye dropped from that a little bit. So he's got a bit of that going on. It shows up a bit darker in MMD, but that's why he looks like that. And that he has a very big nose. Egg James is actually a really cool design, not gonna lie, even if he's a freaking giant. Why is Dave that color? You know, let me go back. Why isn't Dave that color? Oh man, those are all, yeah, this, I realized it too, yeah. These are a good couple, that was a good couple of years old, holy moly. Yeah, you know, he's just a friendly little fella. What's wrong with this color? He's got the color of a friend. That is what he has. He's got like a lot of little features. This was built and named by I Have No Talent again. Again, very misleading username because they have a lot of talent. Where's Driver Cruz? I don't know. I can't remember Gru's voice, but he says Goros. He says Goros. And you know what? Since we're having a little bit of fun for a second, here's that guy I was talking about earlier. I don't know his name. He seems pretty neat though. If you guys know what this guy's name is, you're pretty groovy friend. I want to show more of the short, but I also don't want to spoil too much, because it's like if I just play the whole thing, it's just gonna spoil the short, and you know, where's the fun and the mystery? And yes, we can talk about Dave's friend. Apparently, you got your driver license from Cereal Box. Shadow, did you get your license from a Captain Crunch Box? Yep. Not the new Mercedes. Okay, it is Jeremy from the Beatles. No, Jeremy Hillary Boob, PhD from the Beatles, Yellow Submarine. We've got everybody in Crotunia. Next, we're gonna have the Blue Meanies, who have the nefarious. They're gonna feature in the nefarious new special coming next year, where, you know, they want to take all the cereal from Crotunia, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. You know, you can't do nothing. And there, if you hear mowers, by the way, the lawn mowing people for the neighborhood are doing their rounds. So if there's any lawn mowing ASMR in the background, that is why. Where's Stanley? I need to do the meme. This model was done by TTN1 GWR. I'm gonna do the funny meme. I'm gonna do the funny meme. Yeah, T-pose in Orville for definitely no reason. Starts a little. This is starting a bit early. Let's go over here. I gotta make sure his wheels are moving. Fly away, Stanley! Be free! Wait, hold on. I need to add something to the playlist. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Do I have this? I gotta have this. I don't have this theme. What the heck? Oh, wait a minute. Did I... I swear I've got it somewhere. Welcome, Stanley! Hold on, I'm gonna have to... Oh, I thought I had it on me. What the heck? And I had the funny theme on me. Wait, hold on. Let me... Oh, wait! I don't need to download. I have desktop audio. We run a very professional operation here. You see, this is what the short is actually about. It's about Stanley finally realizing he can fly, and his grand epic adventure into the new horizons. There's a whole thievery ring that he has to go stop. He gets a love interest. It was very dramatic. It was on the news. Ooh. Well, if... You know, Shirley, if we do wanna give an exclusive reveal, it's Tom Thomas. No spoilers. No spoilers, I promised. What'd I do? The arrow theme just keeps going. I will get this at the ready if we do want to reveal him. But you know, man, the short, it's not even a short, it's a movie. This is the Crotoonia movie, everybody. It's Stanley's epic adventure stopping Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil's running the thievery ring, and it's a black and white, I mean, a red and white versus red and white thing. It's so dramatic. It's extremely thrilling. It's gonna take us 15 years to make this movie. It's gonna be, oh my god, it's gonna be dramatic. It's gonna be amazing. This for an hour. Let me see. Just gonna check a thing really quick, and you're getting some typing stuff because there's no noise suppression. I want to play the Moon theme, but I don't know if it's copyrighted. That's my only scare. Disney, you gotta be really careful. You gotta, even the video game stuff, you gotta be like, it could be anything. But also, for a special exclusive reel, I'm gonna show another friend of Dave from the team that you might see during this event. Gonna quickly... This one isn't a joke this time. This is actually a bit of an exclusive reveal. So, this is another friend that Shirley, aka I Have No Talent, ended up modeling for the airport. Look at that friend. He is the friendliest friend. And there's some friends with him. Actually, it's not Diesel 10 that takes over. Cruella de Vil, actually, she enacts a hostile takeover. It's like the whole thing that's going on with the stupid muskrat over on the one site. She, buys it for an obscene amount of money. She puts in an ugly letter logo on the top of, Selgrim Central Station that flashes really bad. And the movie's actually about Stanley. He's gonna fly off, and he's gonna go defeat both the thievery ring, and also, he's also just, stopping the hostile takeover. What is Jack doing with Woody? Yes, I missed some things in chat, I'm realizing. King Bob. Alright, let me see. Oh man, we have, joking aside, we went a little more off track than I intended. Oh, it is officially an hour, I believe, since I started. Oh, certainly, I've gotten the pronunciation wrong. My apologies, certainly. Yeah, it is officially an hour in. I'm not sure how much more I want to stream for today, because I do have some things I want to try and get done. But let me... I'm sorry, Stanley. You're gonna have to be free. You have to be free for streaming purposes. I will say, let me see. I will say, like, how's my frame rate been, by the way, for the stream? Has it been pretty smooth? Has it been okay? You know who else likes to get off track? My mom! So, yeah, I'm not quite... So, you know what? I'll go for 15 minutes more, and then we'll see how this stream went overall. Because I think we pretty well got just about everything done. So, and that is good to hear. So let me... So yeah, let's go back to our good buddy Orville. Definitely not showing anything else for the short here. So I will get a little bit more animation done before I scoot. I'm gonna do a little bit of Orville animating. Get a little bit more motion in. Just to get all of his stuff out of the way, because we're pretty well just about done his stuff, so that way he's cleared, and then pretty well most of the smoother stuff for the short is out of the way. Well, like the more complicated stuff I meant to say. Maybe I'll move this for later. Twist it, but also make sure it's not going to look broken. It looks a little broken. Maybe I should fix it a little bit. But I will say, as we're kind of starting to wrap up, did you guys enjoy? Was the stream fun for y'all today? Is this something I should do a little bit more regularity, like let's say every Thursday at noon, or does another time work a little better for you guys? See, we're gonna put that in. Experiment a little bit. And we're going to paste that in. So yeah, this looks really quick. A little too smooth for that bit. Oh! Steam is King has just delivered $1 to the Super Chat Goods Yard. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. Move this here. Move you here. See how much longer we got for here. Okay, so. And do some head animation first. Get the keys, the basic keys in. How much longer it's got here? See, maybe a little bit more. Get over here. Might do a little bit of cheating too with another bit I might add really quick. see, and after the pelvis, we're gonna go. We're gonna just, let me see where to put it. So not sure if we're gonna see it for the rest of the shot just yet, but I'm just gonna put this in to start. Let's see, camera. Maybe a bit too far. Maybe about here is better. So yeah, that looks really quick. It's a little too janky. I'm gonna go do this, and then we're gonna try straighten them out, see how it looks. See how that looks really quick. Ooh, that actually works. A little bit janky, so could use a little bit of fix and post. Let me quickly go grab these really quick. Then I'm going to do a little bit of thing with the eyes. That should take us right to, I think, 1:30 my time. Gonna do that. Gonna do this. See how that looks? I think that looks pretty well done. Let me double check. Let me see what I missed in DMs. Furniture warehouse. I have to double check really quick. Oh yes, I have gotten those commercials. I will send them to Cam to take a look at and double check for copyright. Oh, whoops, I should have said that. Oh my god, Jesh, hello, welcome. I'm just about done for the stream for today. But I'm gonna do this more regularly. And yes, I did. I will say, Jesh, yes, I did need this up by yesterday. This event was meant to be me, but without getting into things, we had someone that used to be on the crew who was not getting work done, and then they turned out to be not the best person, so we got held back quite a bit. But we got some groovy stuff going on now, so can you do 2D animation as well as 3D animation? That I can! I did a little bit for Sir Alan's training day, which is on the Friends to the Rescue DVD. I've done little bits in Bob's in the past, like for Loose Caboose, I did Sarah Steele's animation. But, yeah, let me just... So before we get going, let's take a look at the shot again, see if anything see what y'all think of the shot, and see if there's anything that needs a little bit of work.
Orville, you were the first one up this morning. You've gotta know what...
Whoops, sorry.
Orville, you were the first one up this morning. You've gotta know what my flight plan is.
Sorry, kid. Not sure. What I do know is I've got a domestic flight to Gardenia Bay docks in 5 minutes.
Be sure not to land in the bay this time around.
I don't know about y'all, but I think it's looking pretty groovy. If there's any little technical things I should fix before we scoot, you may fire when ready. Let me get a little thing as we approach the last little bit of the stream. Where did I put it? Where did I put the thing? It was somewhere around here. Was it this one? No, it's good. Okay. Well, if you say so, Morgan. All right, so it looks like we are pretty well good for this animation for the short. Josh asked, do you voice James, or does it get dubbed over by someone else? Yes, that is me doing the voice of James. I like voicing James because I like doing a bit of the Carlin James. Like, perhaps it was instinct. It's just like the perfect sassy James. And I'm kind of glad that Rob Rackstraw kind of took a bit of that direction when he took over for James in the US dub. UK dub, not quite the biggest fan, but he did pretty fun there too. So, since we're done animating over here, I'm gonna do everybody's favorite. I'm gonna go quickly save, and we're gonna switch to the default. And now I'm big again. Oh my goodness! Oh yeah. Oh, some of you guys may remember where Primetime came from with this theme, or even like the older live events we used to do here. So yeah, this was a pretty decent test stream. I thought it was just going to be an hour, and then we got almost 90 minutes out of this. Holy moly. So, before I go, does Thursday around this time work for everybody, or is an earlier or later time preferred for you guys? Big City Milan. And there we go, Hunter got it. MilanToon mornings. And so did Steven's team.
Sesame Street is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.
That it is, Big Bird. Doo-doo. So, let me just check the chat before we go. Okay, perhaps a little... Alright, so Thursday's good. Maybe a pinch later, so... Next week, maybe we'll try for 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Wednesday. Wednesday could work, too. Maybe we'll try a Wednesday stream next week just to see how it goes. And maybe but like at a later time. So, like, let's say 1 p.m. so that there's a bit... Like 2 or 3. Around 2 or 3. You know what? Yeah. 2 or 3 works good. Probably 2 a little bit better because usually got family that comes over around 4 on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So yeah. So I think we'll do around then. But also before we go, I'd like to thank everybody who showed up for this stream. I didn't expect to get too much business, but we got some pretty good business today. So we got like a lot of people, a lot of fun chats, a lot of fun questions, a lot of friends from the train and not train friends. And even a couple of super chats to help me afford bread on the table a little bit. So, okay, Wednesday. So maybe we'll try Thursday one more time next week. Because it looks like Wednesday is a little bit tough for some people. So, next Thursday, we shall do this again. This time around at 2 o'clock, if things work out. So, I gotta get going. I gotta go do a few different things. But thank you all again for joining. We hope you had a lovely time. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.